Lettuce. We crab. Ignore the cringy intro because we have a really weird update coming to the game in the future, and I don't really know where to start because, as you can see on the screen, what the frick is happening? Okay, what is this update? We're getting crabs, we're getting lettuce, we're getting wheat, and we have so many other things. So if you didn't know, what we have coming is the farm update. The farm update is gonna be weird as hell. Let's get into it. So to start off, what you might be noticing here is what the hell? Like, you might not even be noticing anything because this is hitting you like a truck. The weirdest update ever. I don't know why the devs are adding this, but this is real. This is a real thing. We have proof. And it's just baffling to see. So I've been kind of teasing this for a while, saying you guys are going to be shocked about the farm update. Oh, there's a farm update. Farm update, farm update, farm update. And this is what that is. We're getting this. And as you can see, it's a bunch of food. I don't know why, but it does kind of make sense. And I'm going to explain why. But me and Panther have been kind of joking around a lot about how this is going to be the weirdest update ever. He's been talking about how he wants an endless, like, wave content thing in the game. But then the devs said, nah, we're going to do farming. And it's crazy. So as you can see here, if you want to take it in, this is all of the assets. Not all of them. I'll show you some of the things kind of related to the actual content of it in a second. But let's just quickly take this in. Also, shout out to Rokonshi, Aressus, and Panther once again for the help. But I'm going to blow past that a little bit, although they do deserve all the credit because I'm just so baffled by this. So as you can see over here, oh, I can't zoom in very well. But as you can see up here, we got like some sort of farm in the background. And then we have all of these assets. I'm going to cover the ones on the left in a second. As you can see, we seem to have different tiers of food, which is weird because obviously we don't have food in the game and there's nothing related. But I think the devs in a Q&A said that they were thinking of introducing some more things to the camp, and this seems to be their solution to that, is adding farming to the game. So as you can see on the right, we have stuff like lettuce, pumpkins, radish, cauliflower, stuff like that, just normal like plants or food or whatever you want to call them. And then we go down and we see some meat, we see some, I assume, spices and milk, and then we see shrimp, butter, crab, and then we go down and we get to full freaking meals. So what I'm assuming is there are different tiers of ingredients, and that claim is further backed up by something I'll show you in a second. But as you can see, pretty weird there. And then on the left, we go away from the food and into more material things like wood. It looks like 3 different tiers or types of wood, 3 different tiers or types of rocks. And then we also get some hourglasses. So the hourglasses, I assume, are to speed up farming, which we do have. It's there to speed up some like mining things, some chip things, which I will evaluate on and touch on in a second. But this is going to essentially speed up the time that certain things take. And then down here, I assume that is a burnt dish. Pretty ignorable. But let's move on. So here we go. This is what the farm looks like. As you can see, we got like the farm icon thing. There's a mine in the background, a thing which is the normal camp. So it looks like they're going to add it on to the side of where the camp normally is. It'll be kind of interesting. If you see right here, we have kind of the main camp over here, and then on the side we have this sort of cave, and I assume that's going to be opened pretty soon. So that's kind of interesting and very, very strange. But let's go back to this. So as you can see, once again, farm is here, and it is like some sort of farming background, whatever, and it kind of directly relates to this image. And then moving on, we also have this image, which is even further a farm. Now let me kind of push this out a little bit for you guys. As you can see, we have some things on the side. I'm not sure what these are for. If anyone has any suggestions or kind of, guesses, please leave them in the comments. I'm always welcome to hearing suggestions because sometimes these leaks are not fully conclusive. And then we have Nocturne, a Scarecrow, and a bunch of plant life in the background. And then over here, we have Maureen. We have a map, and it looks like there's locations on it. So maybe my guess could be that we're going to have ships that we can sail out to other places and get certain things. Either we'll be able to collect ingredients, go to different locations, or just send them out in some sort of selling mechanic. And that's kind of interesting. And then over here, we got a shop on the left. We got a mine in the middle, a woodworking station on the right, and then on the very right, we have sort of like a cauldron kind of area. And it's really, really confusing, but it's really interesting as well. So this is overall just weird, uncanny, and strange. Why is this an update? And why is this in the files? We don't know. But it is very interesting. So I have a couple of things I should think that I need to elaborate on before we go further. And that is, I think that there is going to be some sort of mechanic, possibly trading with other players with these kind of resources, or at least some sort of farming mechanic where we gain certain things, which does make a lot of sense. What Panther told me before I started filming this video is apparently we're going to farm stuff. There are certain orders in the files, so either you get given orders and you have to make certain ingredient or certain dishes and stuff, or people just like, you get orders essentially. And then you can do voyages, which is further kind of confirmed by this image, which has, some sort of ship-like qualities to it. And then essentially what he says is you essentially trade your stuff, send ships to sell them off, or you send ships to collect your orders, which further emphasizes why we have these hourglasses, because we get to speed up the time that the ships are spent sailing, which is kind of interesting. A lot of different games, especially like gacha games, have these sort of weird mechanics, and it looks like Watch of Realms is trying to lean into that a little bit, which is kind of interesting. Not sure how I feel about it. Obviously, comment if you like this update or you like the idea in the comments once again. But it is definitely very, very strange, and I'm not really sure what this is for. So we got all of these images. It's confusing as hell. Definitely the weirdest update ever. But before I go, let me just kind of share this. This is the market icons, and we have 2 extra ones on the right. I feel like this is the best time to show it because it is somewhat related. We obviously have the normal tavern stuff with these 4 that we see all the time, and then these 2 are new. So there's a crown in the middle of a thingamajig, and then we have whatever this is, and I have absolutely zero clue what this is supposed to be for. Maybe someone knows. I don't really know, but I figured I would show it anyways. So I'm going to kind of cut it off here since I don't know what else to talk about. It's a pretty conclusive update. It looks like it's going into the camp. It's going to be some interesting thing, introducing sailing, farming, mining, all of that sort of thing. And it's going to be weird as hell. I don't know what this is supposed to be or why it's happening. It's just so confusing to me. But at least it's something new. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys now. Let me just show you guys the pictures before I go. And thank you to Panther, Rokonshi, Aressus for organizing this. Thank you to you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. But it's up to you. Ultimately, there is no pressure. But yeah, so that's about it for me. I don't think I have anything else more to add. Tell me what you think in the comments. And yeah, Destined signing out.